Abre los ojos para verlo.
Everybody vamos, put up your manos. Members attempting unite Chicanos, Latinos, and Los Estados Unidos. Don't care if you're Ricans or even Cubanos. Look at our coaches. We have more common, don't let them divide. These suckers are vultures. Either we standing together or better be standing aside. Now is the time, don't know about you, but I'm gonna ride. We gotta climb, fight for your Vegas, man, where was your pride? Where were the gunners that you got inside? Look how our ancestors came to this country. They try to be living the American dream. Don't throw it away. They promise you money and got your agent for the machine. Pick a new team, you flesh to listen, but that is a system that you wanna bring. You need to think, we gotta fight communism, cause it look like we on the brink. Connect on the links, so one party system is taking the power from all of the people. We need to think, when will you listen, these people are evil and want you to sequence, so what is your plan? Hand in hand, we're standing together, cause it's our never to do what you can. Please understand, we gotta do better, so walkers remember that we took a stand. Escúchame, 24 es el año, si se puede. Lucha, lucha por la libertad. Órale, vamos.
Yo, what's up, man?
What's going on?
How's your day going?
Shoot, man. Hillary's still out and about, so
Hey,
as good as it can be.
she's gonna be free for a while. We'll see what happens. That list need to come out, or you know what I mean? I mean, it's out. They got to do something with it.
She's on a couple lists.
Yeah. Well, welcome back, Latino Free Minds, episode number 45. Daniel and Christian here. Getting ready to talk some smack. I think I told you, right? We're only gonna be like on Rumble live. So, you can get crazy. I don't think they'll shut us off.
Until YouTube comes back with that 10-year contract.
Nah, dude, fucking YouTube's, I don't know, it seems like a waste of time because we definitely get more views on Rumble than we do on YouTube, and it's like we have less followers on Rumble. So it's like they say the math ain't mathing on YouTube. So
you got some double dippers.
So I figured I'll focus on Rumble because it seems like this is where we can talk freely, and what else do we need for something like this?
Elon.
All right. Oh, actually, it's on X too. I put it on X too. I don't think they'll shut us down there. They might not. We'll see. But yeah, I posted something earlier in the week about vote your reality. I think that's the message we're gonna go with for the next year. Obviously, next November, a year away from elections. So, it's not about tying yourself down to one party per se, but it's like the reality that we're living in now is like what we have to base our votes on, right? Obviously, we got to vote based on our values, but also just because someone's a Republican doesn't mean they're gonna get my vote right away either, right? They gotta be able to have a backbone. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I think a lot of people, especially the people in the government, they need a reality check because that's how we have, what's her name, Jean-Pierre going off crazy, saying, telling us stuff that with our own eyes, we see aren't true. So are you calling my eyes lying, or what's going on here? I can't trust my eyes anymore when I'm looking at the gas prices. I don't know what you're seeing.
Yeah, it's definitely gaslighting, right? And it's wordplay. The way they talk about things, to the average person that's not 100% paying attention to what's going on, these simple little statements can make them think that what she's saying is right. You know what I mean? Obviously, we're living it. We're seeing the high prices, but there are people that aren't tuned into it. And I don't know if you've heard anyone say it, where people will be like, "Oh, it's normal. It happens all the time." The economy goes up and down, and it's like, they kind of let it be to that, dismiss it exactly. So, but as you said, we see it and we feel it, right? Because we're the ones that are, we got to buy groceries every day, or once a week, whenever, people go, and you're getting half of what you used to get for double the price.
Hey Daniel, I mean, I was at I was at Costco yesterday, and I think I spent like $178 on like maybe 12 things. Everything there
Mhm.
is like $10. You do save and all that, but things are going up. And again, back to that lady, she made me
Mhm.
grind my teeth, Jean Pierre.
And
She's saying, that people are still spending and people are using their money. No, man, we're maxing our credit cards. That's what's going on. Oh man, don't look at my credit score right now, man. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna do what I have to do, and if I have to max out my credit cards,
it
again,
hurts
Daniel,
because that's the environment. That's what they've given us, right?
yeah,
And people got to do what they got to do to survive. It sucks, because whether people want to admit it or not, just what 3-4 years ago we had a booming economy.
hey Daniel,
Everybody was
and
doing good, whether you hated or loved Trump. You were balling.
hey, this is just anecdotal, okay? I live in actually I don't want to tell you where I live, but I live
You live in
in the
Sacramento.
yeah, I live in the Bay Area, right? I live in the Bay Area, and over here there's an issue with parking, right?
Mhm.
Um,
Oh yeah.
and I remember when I used to work at locally in my town, same thing. There was always traffic. I mean, to get 3 miles, it used to take me an hour to get home, right? Parking cars. When Trump took office, again, this is just what I'm noticing, right? My
Mhm.
reality check. Um, that parking issue went away. There was a lot more parking around the neighborhood, and I think it was just, again, this is just me saying this, right? I think people had money in their pockets, man. I think people had money in their pockets because right now, what happens when nobody has anything? They cluster up. We got to get together and survive together. And now, you know, um, houses down the street have 8 dudes living in one house.
It's
Because they
insane.
have to, and each
Yeah.
person has their own car. So that's, I mean, again, at my house is just a family, right? Parents, little brother, and we all got our own cars. But again, we're paying that mortgage. My neighbor, he's paying $4,000, $6,000 a month, and for him not to have parking, for a trailer to be parked outside, these are things
Yes.
I've never seen before. You know,
Yeah.
and then except those 4 years where Trump was, kicking and hitting us
That,
up. So
yeah, that's the crazy part about the Bay Area, man. Every time I go back, it's the parking, dude, that just kind of, like I said before, dude, just makes you want to turn around and drive back home.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, to make that 2-hour drive now, I'll just turn back
yeah,
around. I'll
yeah.
drive 4 straight hours just so I can park somewhere comfortably.
No, Daniel, imagine having a blue collar job, spending all day working,
Hmm.
lifting lumber on your shoulder and wherever, and coming home, no no parking, man. No parking. But the fucking dude on welfare over there, those 8 motherfuckers, they're living all right. They're living off
Hmm.
of me.
Hmm.
And I just think for the people that are doing things the legit way, it always comes down to that. There's some people that do things the legit way, and I think everything should be towards that civility. When
Hmm.
somebody starts taking advantage of people and man, that's what gets me mad, right? And then
Yeah.
I go do something heinous. I go do something that's gonna get me in trouble because what local government couldn't stand up for me.
Hmm.
Local government couldn't tell that trailer to move out of my block. And I went over that knock. I slapped the guy, and there goes me. So you know, I
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like you say that, it's like, especially in the Bay Area, when I drive back there, I'll definitely notice like a bunch of like trailers and campers just parked on the side of the road or on an overpass, and it's like, you know, move these
Right,
people along. You know what I mean?
right,
Like,
right.
you know, majority of the time you see those campers like after they've caught fire or something, just all burned down and it's just there.
My friend, a trailer moved, you know, up the street, and
Mhm.
within that week that I noticed that trailer being there, there was a fire in the middle of the street. There was a naked homeless man running down the street, and so, well, what was the difference
Mhm.
before that trailer? You know that to me is just taking advantage of the homeowners. I think we
Yeah,
have to take care of our homeowners. That's the economy. You know,
yeah.
whether we're trapped at a higher percentage of APR or whether that our house is dropping in value,
Mhm.
whatever, we have to take care of the homeowner.
Well, not just that, dude. It's like the property taxes we have to pay. You know what I mean? There's people
No,
paying, you know, 5, 6, 7,000 a year just on property tax, you know,
right,
on top of every other tax you already got to pay here in California. But
right.
imagine that, man, to be paying all these property taxes and for someone to just go park their freaking motorhome wherever or you know start building a shed out of boxes, you know, in the middle of a park in the you know right under a overpass. It's like, dude, like I gotta pay all this tax money, but this dude can just set up on a sidewalk.
Right,
You know,
right,
it's you know, it's unfair. It's unfair to the people, right, of this state, specifically California, right? Because I'm sure there's other states they
right.
have their issues, but us being here, our reality is, dude, we're taking advantage of.
Yeah,
Like, it sounds crazy to say, but it's like we're slaves, dude. The government takes half of our fucking money
right,
for what?
right, right.
And we have to pay it, or else what? They start coming for us.
Yeah, and
We
they
go to
tell us,
jail.
oh,
Take our
they
money
go,
anyways.
oh, well, at least you got capitalism and not communism. But is it really capitalism if we gotta ask the government for a permit for anything? You're too entwined. You're too entwined.
Mhm.
So, man, where are we? What do we
I
do?
don't know.
What should the citizen do?
This the citizens should, you know, hopefully start paying more attention. Hopefully they've noticed their reality, and reality is a little harder now than it was before. Again, it's like I don't care how stubborn you want to be. That's just a simple fact that whether you hated Trump, whether you like him, the reality is things are better when he was in office, right? And and it's crazy, right? Because usually the local stuff is what kind of screws you the most, right?
Right,
So obviously, us living in California with the supermajority Democrat legislature, governor, all that shit that we have, it's like, yeah, that screws us the most because yeah, we end up having the most taxes. You know,
right.
federally, usually, you know, has minimal effect, but obviously they do make important decisions. And just with the decisions that Trump was making at the time, like we were feeling a positive effect, even being here.
Right.
So, you know, that's kind of one of the reasons we think like vote your reality just to me makes a shitload of sense.
Yeah. And you're seeing around, it's not just America, around the world, people's realities are being shaken up. You see the riots that are going on in Ireland because I think it's an immigrant problem and a housing problem. And again, it's the citizen, right? We're not
Yeah.
taking care of the American citizen. You're talking about housing in Ireland, right? They had those riots. It's because the immigrants are getting, state state housing, and while the rest of the Irish are struggling, right? Same thing over here. We
Hmm.
see the government take care of immigrants before they take care of soldiers, veterans, etc. Not to say that somebody matters more than the other person, but I think we have to make a divide where we point inwards, right? Make America great again starts with us,
Us,
us.
yeah. Yeah. No, I get what you're saying, but in a sense, it's like, yeah, I mean, the citizens of this country should matter first. It just kind of
Yep,
not to you know be like you said, no, nobody else matters. But come on, like if we can't take care of our own, how are we taking care of other people?
yeah,
And that's the reality of things where people got to kind of wake up, and that's the hope, right? The hope is people are waking up to the reality of what's
yep,
going on, and they're not falling for this gaslighting, right? Because you had mentioned with what's her name, KJP or whatever. Uh, dude, that lady's on my. Anywho, so these all these things we're talking about is things that they're saying. So you know, we'll play this so you can hear it straight from her. So people are like, oh, you just kind of making that up. Like, you can hear it straight from homegirl's mouth here. So
Hmm.
we'll play this video and just to see like
She.
how they're gaslighting, they're lying to us. Like like again, we see our reality and it ain't lining up to the message they're sending.
Why do you think it is that when you say the economy is improving and President Biden says the economy is improving, that a majority of Americans outside of this building are not buying it?
So here's the thing. When we
What?
walked into this administration, the economy was on a tailspin. That is the
She can't even say it.
fact. Because of the last administration.
Look at that gaslighting one. You see that? Not
Yeah.
the last administration had the most jobs ever, but what happened? COVID and Fauci
Pandemic.
shut down and shit.
Because of the Trump administration. Because of how they dealt with COVID and the pandemic. Because
They would have
they
done it
didn't
worse.
have a
Right?
comprehensive plan. The president came in, he passed the American Rescue Plan, which was able to get the economy back on its feet, which was able to open up small businesses were able to open up, schools were able to open up. And we understand that Americans have been feeling over the last 2-3 years. It's going to take some time. We get that. It's going to take some time, but it does not take away how we have seen the economy getting back on its feet. We actually had to fix the problem that we saw that the last administration left us.
That, in the words of Killer Cam and Murder Maze, she wild, bro. She's wilding, bro. I mean, they can't give no credit to that guy, to the orange guy,
No, dude.
And
And it's like that. It's no, they didn't take no responsibility. They've, according to her, everything they've done has been perfect. And what it's crazy because all the lockdown things that Trump put in place is exactly what they would have done, but worse. You know what I
yeah.
mean? I feel like they would have gone. I mean, they did the whole OSHA vax mandate thing. So imagine that. Like they went around, you know, Congress and all that to try to get that and use a department that has no right to do that to actually do that. So, and that's the thing too. It's like I think about like, well, you know, I don't know. Like, did Trump mess up in locking everything down? You know what I mean? Was he trying? It's kind of one of those things where, like, a lot of people on the right dislike him for it now because of how he handled it, right?
Hey, Daniel, how can you forgive him for warp speed? It's one
Yeah,
of those things. But
yeah.
again, even that, the latter won't give him credit for that. Something that
No.
they to this day it's still push.
Mhm.
Warp speed. Who started that? You know?
Yeah, and it's like, and the shutdowns, right? If he didn't do it, they're already
Oh my
blaming him for every
god.
single death that happened either way.
Yeah.
But can you imagine, like, you know, how much more of that blame would have just been on him? It's he was. It sucks, dude. He was in a shitty spot, and like I can admit that he was in a shitty spot, and how is he supposed? I don't know.
The way I see it is they already had his number right. I mean, you had 3 years before that where everybody hated him. They wouldn't give him a chance. And now even the people that were quiet, this was the pandemic was an opportunity to, yeah, I hate him too, and
Hmm.
that's why. And it's really sad. It's really sad that we're able to be conscious and tricked like that.
Hmm.
All of us.
Oh, this is this is perfect. You're talking about this right now in the shutdown and all that. And you know how I said like they would have been worse? You know who was worse than us? China.
Oh, they still can't bounce back. China.
China China was welding
China.
doors shut.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
were They went
That's an
above.
OSHA violation. I'm gonna say that's an OSHA violation right off the bat. You can't be welding people shut.
And you know, when we say shit, right, is we're saying it because we know these people and what they've said. Again, you know, their words. So I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna play the video of Bill Gates, and just listen to what he says. What we just said, who was the worst at it, and listen to what this fool says.
Typical, fairly authoritarian way, they did a very good job of suppressing the virus. There may have been a lot of individual rights that were violated there, but the overall macro effect that they achieved is kind of amazing. They had the benefit that it was really Hubei, 60 million people, and they brought in the health resources, 1.4 billion, and their ability to build hospitals very, very quickly and force compliance with masks and various other things. But they've kept the virus numbers to very low levels compared to most countries.
Do you think the fact that China went into this very strict lockdown very quickly set the tone for the way other countries responded? Because that was not really part of the epidemiological playbook before.
No, you're absolutely right. I live in infectious diseases and how you stop them. And so when we were first talking about the shutdown, I was like, wow, we're really going to do this. Are people really willing to do this? How much productivity are we going to lose by doing this? So that day we sat there in early March and said, okay, no one comes to the foundation offices, and they haven't been since. We were talking with Microsoft about it, and they did the same thing. I remember thinking, gosh, I wish we did practice for this because it's such a novel idea. And so I think, yes, that influenced things. The idea that you would just let it rip, nobody really did that. Even Sweden, that people call out, did ask for behavioral change. They didn't do pure bans quite as much. And during the epidemic, there have been periods where it looked like their approach was smart, then it looked like it wasn't smart. That still swirls around to this day about the relative health and economic effects that they experienced versus other countries.
Somebody's got to belly punch that guy, dude.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
sick
and
of
then
this
just
shit.
like, because I know there's people that only listen to this like audio, like just the first part is like where
in their typical, fairly authoritarian way, they did a very good job of suppressing the virus. There may have been a lot of individual rights that were violated there, but the overall macro effect that they achieved is.
So it's like, yeah, they violated rights, but come on,
No.
is that important?
That's not how you solve things. And it's again, people listening, people that hear, don't let us be the first people to tell you that is not a good dude. That's not a good dude. That's not a good dude for us. That's not a good dude for you. It's not a good dude for other countries. This guy, he's dipping his fingers into everything right now. He's buying a bunch of farmland. Now he's gonna start fucking with our potatoes. I can't even eat gluten anymore. Yeah, he's gonna fuck with my potatoes. All right. Now he's working with AI, right? And you know how things go. Nobody's making money off of AI. They're still trying to figure that out, And I was hearing some things today about who's the lead runner on AI, Microsoft, right? And I'm hearing about how there's certain applications, man, how they can't work out certain kinks in the AI. They can't write a report, an essay that doesn't sound like a robot or something. But then I see other articles where the applications towards, I don't know, military, AI towards military, and they're breaking, they're going through all types of boundaries. I think the leading one is about drones, AI drones, being able to make a decision, if there's ever a terrorist situation, right? They'll send that drone in and they're going to make that decision. Not smart enough to make an essay, but moral enough to kill somebody, right? To go inside and kill a terrorist. And again, Daniel, a terrorist, what's a terrorist? To some people, Hamas is a freedom fighter, all right?
Yeah.
So who gets to choose what gets labeled as a terrorist? Microsoft? The dude that's growing backwards knees in Africa, that's the guy that's gonna. Oh, he hates me.
Well,
I just said he needs to get belly punched. He's gonna look. That drone's gonna come through this window right now. And
well, I mean, if we listen to them, we're fucking terrorists too, right?
shit, dude. Alhamdulillah. No, man. I mean, that's not a good guy. And everywhere you go, guys, he's in our crops. He's in our vaccines. He's in our. He's in everything. And
why?
why, man? Well,
Yeah.
why is he so involved? Why does it matter to him? You know?
Yeah. And that's the thing, man. It's like, this dude and how, there's a lot of people like him. He's a part of a bigger group. He's one guy.
Oh yeah, he's the face, man. He's the
You know
cover.
what I mean? But all those other people, the Schwabs and whatever, all those damn losers, right? That unfortunately have, money, power. They have what do you call it? They have some sort of influence on not just countries, the world. They're influencing the WHO. They're influencing fucking the UN, NATO, all that shit, right? And
I mean, science had to stop and bend over for Fauci, right?
pretty much, right?
Yeah.
And then he became it.
Yeah, we all had to believe that saying it came from Wuhan was racist. Racist. How is that? And we fell for it. We all fell for it. Everybody had to self-censor themselves. We had the jabbables. We have to come up with different names for vaccines because they take you off of YouTube.
Right.
And that's how you find yourself at Rumble. Shout out Rumble.
For reals, man. And it's Danny has a saying where it's like with the time, the truth gets revealed. And with all the stuff with COVID, I mean, by now you should have seen a lot of stuff that some people were saying, wasn't just conspiracy theory, wasn't people just being crazy, anti-science. It's just, man, just a little bit of common sense. You know what I mean? It makes sense that this is coming from over there. Like you said, it's not racist. It just so happens to be coming from there. What were we supposed to do? You know what I mean?
I think it's more racist to say it was a dude eating a fucking armadillo.
They
wanted me to believe that.
Fat soup, right?
Yeah, man. Come on, dude. Just say, there's the Wuhan Lab Institute.
Yeah.
Level 4 lab or whatever.
But going back to COVID, like the whole lockdown, the type of words they were using then, to have these people in fear and to have people turn on people, right? Turn on family and all that stuff. It's like, they're good. They're good. They're good at the words.
Hey, I gotta, you see them. You see them with their masks driving around in the car alone.
Still.
And it's sad, man. I don't know how you feel, but I feel sad for them. But I had to stop sometimes, like, oh, look at this fucking idiot over here. They do it. And then I start. Then I go home mad, But it's at the end of the day, I don't know what they got. Maybe they got some type of real sickness or something. But my first thought is, damn, man, it's sad to be manipulated that hard.
That heavy. Yeah.
Man, to still think that I'm in danger, and again, use your eyes, man. Check the reality. You're the only one in your group of friends wearing a mask. Just stay home.
Yeah.
Or you're not scared. It's just a show. It's just a show.
The worst is seeing someone still with a mask, right? And they don't even have it on right.
Yeah. They make me feel uncomfortable. I want to tell them, hey, dude, cover up, dude. I don't know what you got.
Are you sick? I'm good. Are you sick?
You got chicken pox? Dog, get out of here, man.
Are you a mouth breather? What's going on?
Yeah, I don't want to get any contagious gluten allergy out of you.
No, man, but it's the wordplay and it ties into COVID, ties into what we just heard KJP say about the economy. It's gaslighting, telling us that the economy is the way it is because of the last administration.
Yeah.
And you know, it's when they tell you that they've created the most jobs, it's like not really. It's jobs that had to be put on hold during the
Daniel,
lockdown.
I would appreciate more if they went, we, as the Biden administration, created the most jobs. Because of equals the pandemic and you gotta give me some type of little fine print.
The fine print,
and then I'll respect it. Just say it. Just
the guy that talks fast at the end of the commercial.
Yeah. Just throw that in there at the end and be like, okay, I heard you. Okay. I see
Yeah,
the terms.
but they don't, dude. It's like they twist reality.
No.
Like we're not living in it. You know what I mean? Like we haven't seen all this stuff.
Yeah.
And again, it's like it works on some people because, like you said, there's still people wearing masks. You see them and you wonder, dude, why are you still wearing a mask, right? And then if you give them the benefit of the doubt, okay, maybe they are sick, maybe they got something going on, they need it. But
dude,
before COVID, I don't care how sick you were, I never saw anybody with a mask.
Yeah.
So,
Asian people, but that's something I don't even blame them. They've been wearing masks since forever. That's almost a cultural thing for them. I always thought it was bad air quality, but but you and me, Daniel, come on, man. I give you permission to slap me if I wear a mask without reasonable and a whole essay and a conclusion and my thesis about why I'm wearing a mask. And at the end, my solution, what my thesis is gonna be? Why wear a mask when you're cold? Just cover your face up. It's getting cold.
It's getting cold,
yeah.
Those
N95s are gonna help you out, brother.
Yeah, if you work in construction, you're out there at 8 in the morning right now. That's just tough. I need a couple jackets and some gloves. You know what I mean? But it's important, man. Like we could talk about it and laugh about it, but at the end of the day, it's like it's serious because we don't have it is a year away, but that flies, man. If you think about the beginning of this year right now, basically end of this week, we're in December. That's it. One more month and it's a new year. So next thing you know, we're gonna be voting, right? We're gonna be tuned in just like last time, and seeing Trump in the lead, and then hopefully we go to sleep and it stays that way. Some people might not even go to sleep just to make sure. There's a lot we got to do, and so that's why we say vote your reality, because I've seen people discouraged about voting, and I've seen other people saying they're not going to vote, which to me is if you're not going to vote, to me that's the wrong move. You know what I mean?
You can kind of feel the sentiment, right? Because you see, those are people that have been black pilled, right? You can almost resonate with them because sometimes you just get home and you put your head down and you've seen all the atrocities, or you've been on Twitter and you see it and you're like, oh, you're wrong, you're right, and it's like where. But at the end of the day, voting for me, I think a lot of people have died before me to give me that right. I'm not trying to be corny or anything, but people that is
but it's true too. Yeah, it's part of it. It's part of being free, being born in the freest country, right?
Shout out America.
Where
North America,
like we talked about last podcast with Danny, it's like we're a republic and we get the chance to vote our representation. Not a lot of countries get to do that, and we have the opportunity to do it. It's like it's a slap in the face for all those people that fought and died for our right to do this, to continue to do this. To the people that are American citizens that are using their power, their obligation to vote, and they're trying to do what they can to fix things. It's like, yeah, it seems hopeless sometimes, right? It's human nature. We're gonna be like, damn, you want to give up. But at the end of the day, it's like that's what they want. Imagine if people don't vote. If we really believe that they're cheating and we don't go vote, they don't even have to cheat. That's it. They already won. And you can't be listening to people that tell you not to vote. I don't know what to say. I think that's stupid.
Hey, brother, if you're not voting because you got black pilled and you're not storming the Capitol, what are you doing, dog? What are you doing, dude?
Yeah.
You don't want to. You're being wishy washy. You're a teetotaler, and that's worse, man. You gotta.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes there is no other choice but to choose a side,
Mm-hmm.
and it's yeah, man.
Yeah, and then when God willing, things go our way, the next election, you know what I mean? Those same people are going to be all happy about the results. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
it's like, no, don't fucking you put your feet down, you dug your heels in, you better stay there. You know what I mean? Make your own solution, do your own thing, but don't I don't know. I don't get why anyone would why they sit out in any election, especially local stuff. If you got
right.
local stuff, pay attention. Again, there's a lot of representatives that have been in office for years. It's like when we talk about or talk with Peter Hernandez, who's running District 18 in California. It's like the lady that's been in office, I think she's been there for like close to 20 years. I could
Yeah.
be off, but in that range. And it's like people of that county, of that district, have to vote. Like, okay, what has this lady done for us? You know, these many years that she's been in office, where you can say, you know what, you go to San Jose is fucking beautiful. You know what I mean? San Jose has seen the benefits of all that this lady has done, to take her representation to Washington, D.C. and bring back results to the people of San Jose or Santa
What's her
Clara
name?
County.
What's her name, Daniel?
Zoe Lofgren.
Zoe Lofgren. Hey, everybody lives in the Bay Area and goes on 101 and goes through San Jose. Is that same fucking pothole still there on 101 with the puddle? Is it still there? Has she fixed that? No, it's
Yeah.
still there. It's been there my whole life, 30 years, man.
Mm-hmm. And she, she's in office. She's there. And it's like you got people like Peter that are running to, try to make a difference. And that's the thing. It's like if people, like I was saying earlier, if you commit yourself to a party and then you end up voting blue no matter who, then yeah, you don't care about the results you're getting, right?
Right.
And it's like, the reason we have to vote, like the people that feel that, okay, I know what's going on. I see the cheating. I see this and that, and I don't like it. That we see the stuff that demoralizes us. The reason we have to vote is because there's a bunch of useful idiots that vote for stupid shit, and they're not stopping. Again, leads me back to my point. If we don't vote, they don't got to cheat. We're never gonna prove it if we just sit out. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's true.
So, that's why we say vote your reality and pay attention to the words they're telling you. Look it
Yeah.
all up because there's some stuff that they're going to tell you that you're seeing with your eyes that just ain't adding up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I mean, everybody's gonna want you to believe that they're on the moral side, right? I mean, a lot of you guys are asking why, hey Christian, why are you wearing a King's hat? You're from the Bay Area. Shouldn't you be wearing a Warriors hat? And my fight with that is, a while back ago, Curry, right? And I'm kidding, guys. This isn't why I have a Sacramento hat. But your boy Curry voted against housing, right? In
mhm.
Atherton. And if you don't know where Atherton is, it's
Mm.
I could
Oh,
live
yeah, yeah.
5, 7 more lifetimes and I won't even be able to knock on the door and say, can I have some sugar? Right? And I understand it. Hey man, if I had a house there, I wouldn't want anybody. Hey, Daniel,
Mm-hmm.
would you want somebody to put up a soup kitchen outside of your house?
Right, yeah.
It's gonna benefit people, no doubt. It's gonna help people, no doubt.
I just don't
But
want to hear.
not on me, man. Not on me. Why? Why? Because Curry knows with that housing, there's
Yeah.
there's a certain type of character. I'm not saying it's any particular race. Let's just say they're all Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
We come with our own baggage. It could be
Yeah.
whatever it is. He knows that. knows that type of person that's gonna move in, and again, they want privacy. Daniel, if you move into Atherton,
Oh, you're getting privacy.
you're getting privacy. You want to be far away from people while you're in the center of the Silicon Valley, right? You don't want public housing near you. You don't want shame. Away from me. You can't blame the guy, right? But again, don't be all high and moral and say, "Oh, Black Lives Matter" and all that. Because if it did, man, you'd have no issue. Again, socialist movement. Let them come in, man.
Yeah.
Let them be your neighbor.
Yeah.
Let them put up, and then everybody's on welfare there, and there's 4 people in one home, and 2 people aren't even on that contract. Hey, man, this is stuff that happens.
Expose your kids to those people. Go ahead.
Yeah. Go do it, Curry. That's why I got the Sacramento hat, guys. I know it was burning. It was burning all your thoughts, but hey, guys, it's just these are the people that are screaming the loudest, right? Saying, "Oh, we need to take care of the minorities. We need to take care. We gotta do everything." Seeing that, dude. I'm not a victim. I don't need your help.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, right? But that's the picture they're painting. That's what they're telling you.
Yeah. Look at me. At the end of the day, you're human just like me, and you're not racist. You got bias. You got some biases.
Yeah.
That's just it, man. Bias. People confuse being biased and being racist.
It's not the same. Words.
Yeah. I like turkey. Don't like ham. That's just me, bro. I'm not gonna get that ham sandwich.
Yeah, man. So, it's crazy because I feel like what we used to say like a while ago. It's like you see all these things happening, you see how people are responding to things, and it's like the opposite. And then you start to think, "Damn, am I fucking crazy? Am I the dumb one?" You know what I mean?
Guys, I didn't say dumb. I said that one. Yeah, the R word, hard R. But yeah, bring that one back. But yeah, man, you look around, you're like, am I the one that's missing something? Am I the one that is causing the problems? Come on, get it together. Am I talking too much? Am I, and it's like, no, you do have to step back and look at your situation, look at your position, look at where you're at, look at the decisions you made during that pandemic. People lost friends, people lost freaking family members, man, and that's sad. That's real sad to let a blue or red get in between you.
Yeah, and a lot of people did, and I think I would hope a lot of people are coming around now. So
I think so, Daniel. I got hope that I'm seeing people, or at least not buy into it as much, pay too much attention to the stuff that I heard somebody say not to call it mainstream media and to call it kind of just it's business.
Yeah.
And MSNBC, they got their agenda. Mainstream media is not theirs anymore. It's us. It's this podcast. It's the other stuff. It's the ones that are coming with the truth.
Yeah.
How many times are you gonna fall for the same lie on Fox or MSNBC or wherever it is? Televisión, Univision. Hey, man, it's but again, reality is fixing itself as Trump is on Univision.
Yeah, and they got agendas, man. Their agenda is to make you go to one side. You know what I mean? Univision's agenda is get you to the left. Fox's agenda is to get you on the right. Our agenda is just look at the shit, and if it makes sense, go for it. And if you don't like what you see, probably try something else.
Hey, Dan, it's not me. It's not for me to judge your decisions.
No,
it's not up to me. That's God's decision. I leave that up to Him.
Yeah, that's your
prerogative.
You're right. Right. If you want to vote that way, if you look everything up, you do your own research, so to speak, and you say, you know what, nope, I'm still voting for Biden. I think this is fantastic economy. I feel great.
Yep.
That's your decision. You're
My
free to do that.
ain't ever hurt nobody.
And back to my point, there is going to be a lot of people that are happy with what's going on today, even though it's hurting, and they're going to vote. So it's like You know, that whole silent majority thing and all that. You got to cut that shit out. You got to speak up now. You know, we got a year, and we can't let them be the loudest anymore.
And I think people are coming around. I'm not sure if you've seen these videos of. I've only seen women do the. Well, not. I'm not like watching it. My girlfriend's watching this, so I gotta be careful. But no, it was. I saw maybe
Rephrase.
two. Bleep this out, Daniel. No, I think I saw like around two videos where it's like a girl crying, you know, saying they did everything right. They went to school, they got married, they live with another person, they got a good job, they make triple fit, whatever, however many figures, and they're not making it. It's not cutting out, and they're sitting back and they're saying, "I did everything right. I did everything right. How? What am I missing? What am I missing?"
Yeah. And that's the thing. That's the, you know, that you point that out. It's like, I think women overwhelmingly voted for Biden.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's relevant to that because, again, they made Trump, again, the wordplay, right? They made Trump seem like a sexist, misogynist, all this and that, a rapist, que la chingada. And it's like, y'all got played.
Yeah.
Your reality's hitting you hard. You got played.
And it's sad, dude, because they're in tears, man. And it's like, I think I saw somebody say this, and they're like, they're crying out to be a. I'm not saying everybody, right? But those girls, that they hadn't made the connection of what they really want was to be a housewife. Right? And that's such a bad idea. That's an evil idea, to be a housewife, to be taken care of by another leader, person, or whatever, she, him, Zimzer, whatever you want to call your relationship, you know? No, I think if you are able to take care of your woman, damn, that's dope.
Dude.
And these times, oh man, where you get to your wife's her only worry is to take care of your kids. I'm not even saying to make me food or none of that. Come on, Daniel B, you're a fucking guy. You can make yourself a sandwich, right?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
You don't.
Easy.
But when you're taking care of, I don't have any kids, but if you're taking care of my offspring, you're taking care of my home. That's a blessing. It's a blessing for me, to you, to our family. You know, that you're able to take charge of my house while I'm away. You know, that's not being machista. That's I don't know. There's got to be a hierarchy when you're at home. Man, I know I'm talking. I go all over the place, you know, but I do think when you're at home, there has to be a hierarchy. There's gonna be somebody that leads, and somebody that's got to be underneath. You guys can't both be at eye level. You're just gonna be arguing most of the time, and it's gonna be a power struggle because you both work. Maybe she brings more money. Nothing wrong with that. Maybe it hurts you. You're the machista that hurts you, that you can't. Your wife makes more.
Your pride won't let you go.
Whatever it is, but if I can do that for my lady, man, that'd be great.
And I think at the end of the day, man, that's, you know, men.
It shouldn't be something like looked at badly.
Yeah. No, and that's something that I think most men actually want to do. You know what I mean? They hope that they can, you know, most men, not all of them. Yeah, there's some dirt bags, but most men want to be able to provide for their family. You know what I mean? In a way that, yeah, your wife's at home, you know, raising the kids, you know, taking care of the home, right? And yeah, that would be the perfect scenario for a lot of people. But, you know, giving the economy the reality, it's like you said, people got to work.
What would you say, Daniel, if it's starting to just feel like they're making this trouble on purpose, so that nuclear family can't be together? So it's hard, even if it is one person working and making sufficient money. That is just because that window, where it's one person is working and the other person's taking care of the home, that's times in the past, and that's becoming more relevant relevant, you know, the farther we go with this government, or you know, it's all the nuclear family is a thing in the past, and that's what's sad.
And then this is actually one of the videos I posted in it, and you know, I like listening to Andy Frisella, and you know, they posted this, and I think it's kind of, maybe this is one of the ones you saw.
$100 to last us until next Friday. I'm not into politics. I don't follow it. Frankly, that stresses me out too. Somebody has to do something to change this.
That's why you are where you are. I bet you they voted for fucking Biden, and I'll bet you they stand by his policies, and I bet they say it's not that bad, and I bet they say things like abortion's at the top of that list of discussion, right? Because they like to throw these social issues in here to get people emotionally riled up. They throw identity politics in here. If you vote Republican, you're racist. Well, she doesn't want to be a racist. She's not a racist, right? So they vote, and they don't really look at the issues. They don't look at the economic plans, and they don't look at the foreign policy. They don't look at the things that are actually going to affect their lives. And then they say, when things are fucked up, somebody has to do something. Well, yeah, motherfucker, that somebody is you.
That's it, man. I mean,
I posted that because it's like, yeah, you know, that's one way of telling people to vote their reality. It's like, don't wait for somebody else to do something. It's like, you speak up, you know, use your vote. Don't just sit out. Like, you do something. Don't just, a lot of people just been taking it, you know what I mean? Or ignoring it. And you go, you know, they listen to this.
Our supply chains are stronger than ever.
This guy,
with backlogs,
right?
Bottlenecks, and shipping rates at a 25-year low.
Blaming everybody else.
14 million new jobs, including 800,000 manufacturing jobs. And the unemployment rate has stayed below 4%, for the longest stretch in over 50 years. And wages for working families have gone up while inflation has come down 65%. Giving families a little more money in their pockets and a little more breathing room for this holiday season. But we know.
It's like, what fucking country is this guy living in?
That's the guy that's supposed to solve what's going on in Israel and Palestine. That's our best, man.
Didn't he do a statement where he's like, I can't confirm what I'm saying when he's talking about Israel and Palestine? But it's like, but you gotta, he's talking about, again, people. You heard what he said. He said there's more money in your pocket. I don't know. Maybe we got the wrong job. I don't know. Maybe you gotta start, you know, looking. I don't know, man.
Maybe we need to learn a code.
Something. Shit. Because what he's saying ain't my reality.
The unemployment rate has stayed below 4%, for the longest stretch in over 50 years. And wages for working families have gone up while inflation has come down 65%. Giving families a little more money in their pockets and a little more breathing room for this holiday season. But we know the prices are still too high for too many things. That times are still too tough for too many families. But we made progress, but we have more work to do. Let me be clear. To any corporation that's not brought their prices back down, even as inflation has come down, even as supply chains have been rebuilt, it's time to stop the price gouging and give the American consumer a break.
That's
my boy Newsom just give more power to the insurance company? What are you talking about price gouging, dude?
That's exactly what Newsom said when the gas prices were going up. He blamed the gas companies. And you see, it's like they blame everybody else. He painted a real nice picture at the beginning, and then some truth came out. Like, yeah, everybody, you know, people are struggling. It's like, yeah, dude, I'm not living in whatever reality you're trying to sell. It's like it's again makes you wonder. It's like, am I crazy? Am I stupid? You know what I mean? Am I not seeing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Am I seeing things when I go to the grocery store and it costs 2-3 times more than it used to? Is that just me tripping? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like I'm pretty sure I'm not. I'm pretty sure that I see reality for what it is, and the math ain't mathing.
And if I am, I'm high functioning. Some is wrong, but I'm gonna go ahead and be high functioning.
Charlie Murphy.
Charlie Murphy. Yeah, man. It's hey, man. This is what we got to deal with.
Yeah.
And we've got people falling for it.
It's crazy, dude. And we point this out just so you can see, right? Hopefully, if it's your first time listening to us, again,
shout out.
The goal is to not assign you a narrative or assign you an opinion or anything like that. It's just, look, there's some stuff that just you got to look into on your own, right? When it comes to what they're telling you about the economy, when they say the economy is great, but that's not what it feels like, that's not what your wallet's saying, then, hey, you got to look into it, right? When they tell you everything at the border's fine, but you see videos of, thousands and thousands of people, under a bridge, is that fine? Is that normal? Your eyes would probably tell you, no, that ain't normal. Look into it. That's why when we have the people we have on, it's because these are people that are looking into things and trying to see what's really going on. And a lot of the times what they see and what they report doesn't go with the popular narrative, popular opinion. So that's why we need everybody to, look into things, everybody to, if they see something that doesn't make sense, call it out. Don't be afraid of being called anything. It's you know what I mean? It's too late for that. It's like you gotta go,
Yeah.
But hey, I think, like you said, I see more people kind of waking up. So, there's a year left, and we'll see how it goes here on the show. What kind of people, what other people we can get on, we'll see, try to have more candidates on, maybe have Peter on again, see how his campaign's going. Hopefully, one thing that I noticed from the last time he ran, the lady that he's running against, they didn't debate. I think that should be a requirement. If you're running for office, you gotta debate. When it comes down to, like, all right, one-on-one, yeah, you gotta have the debate. If it's Trump and Biden at the end, they gotta have the debates. If it's DeSantis and
I
Newsom,
miss the debates, dude. China.
they gotta debate.
China.
But you know what I'm saying?
Got a white dog.
Anybody that's running for office and you've been in office for a minute, like, you gotta defend yourself. You gotta speak up to what you've been doing.
Remind me why I voted for you. Why
Yeah.
I'm gonna vote for you again.
Yeah. What have you provided? Because at the end of the day, it's like, if you ain't providing results, I don't care if you're right or left. It's like, you got to provide results. And I think that's one thing that when it comes to Trump, say what you will about him, but he provided results. He's probably, out of all the presidents that I voted for, he's the one that more than anybody delivered on what he said he was going to deliver, on the majority of the stuff. Not everything, but to get someone that delivered on what they ran on, like, that never happens. You know what I mean?
No.
If they did, I mean, we wouldn't have illegal immigrants. We would have, DACA would have citizenship.
First 100 days, dude. 100
would-
days, dude. He told me, man, that my boy would get, whatever, man. I didn't vote for him.
Hey, they didn't have 25 billion for the wall, but they got 25 billion for Ukraine. And who loses out? The dreamers, who would have got citizenship in return.
Now they're building the wall.
And they're still building the wall.
Joke's on you.
But yeah, man. Hey, it's just facts. With time, the truth comes out, right? So
his first one was only 100 days. You only had to wait 100 days for the truth.
100 days. Yeah. And where are you at? They haven't even talked about you. If you're oh man, if you're a dreamer, or what are they called now? Is that it? Dreamer? DACA, whatever.
Yeah, dreamer.
If you're a dreamer and you're listening to this,
go to My Pillow right now.
If you're a dreamer and you're listening to this, they haven't talked about you since the election. And guess when they're going to talk about you again? Next year. And what are they going to do? They're going to promise you the same things. You know what I mean?
And not only with that, they're going to say, what is the reason that it's taking so long? These guys.
And it's not so much the dreamers, right? Because, I guess technically they can't vote, but it's your friends that can vote. You know what I mean? You, as a dreamer, should be telling your friends that are voting for these Democrats, hey, these people ain't fucking helping me.
I'm already over here. Let them build a wall.
I mean, that makes sense. But you know what I'm saying, right? Like, tell your friends, tell your liberal friends that, hey, these people are not helping me out. So,
Send your ass back like the Venezuelans. Keep playing
you gotta
around.
Again, if they ain't delivering results, if your reality isn't what they've told you it was gonna be, you gotta switch. You gotta make a change.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whether that's voting for fucking, Trump. If you feel like you gotta vote for fucking Kennedy, I guess. But did Biden deliver the results that he promised?
When I was in high school, California promised me that we would have a hyperspeed rail that would get me from the Bay Area to LA in 30 minutes. That piece of shit thing over there in Fresno, Daniel, that is what? What? And they keep lying to you. There's a big sign on it that says created 1 million jobs. I don't see a single motherfucker working it. Come on, dude. It's all show, man. It's all show.
It's all right. Show. But hey, they raise their taxes.
Oh, they took your fucking money. They took my shit.
And they didn't even make it. It was supposed to cost like 70 billion. I think they
hit you with this.
They're like at 700 billion.
No, yeah, they hit you with it's actually a 1 billion over. So we're gonna have to redo these taxes, and they never go. Well, let's tax these fucking immigrants. No, dude, no. Let's give them a house and some Wi-Fi and
a phone.
Damn, man, and
an EBT,
fucking sex change. I don't know, dude, what the fuck they're doing anymore. Take it all, dude. They offer it for you. Take it, dude. Fuck it.
And that's the thing, dude. That's the thing. That's another one. It's another word they use. Free college, free this, free healthcare, free that.
Free vaccine, Daniel.
Free vaccine, yeah.
Yeah. Pfizer made the most money, more quarterly ever. Johnson & Johnson, shit, and that one didn't even.
None of them worked. Now I see ads for what's the other one from Moderna? It's called the Spike Vax or some shit like that.
The spike protein.
Yeah, so they got a Spike Vax for that now.
Oh,
and it's funny though, because at the end of that, you remember before the pandemic, before the lockdowns and shit, if you saw like a ad for some sort of medication or whatever pharmaceutical thing, they'd have to tell you the side effects. And for some reason, when it came to COVID, it's like they didn't have to do that. There were no side effects. It's kind of fucking weird that it worked perfectly on 6-7 billion people on this planet, supposedly. And now it's like you see that Spike Vax commercial, and at the end you got that guy at the end. Your heart may
die and shit yourself to death.
Your heart might fucking increase in size. But what? Oh, now you can say it. Now you're saying it. You know what I mean?
Gates might come after you in the middle of the night and strangle you.
Nah, fools. I can't say what I'm gonna say. But
Queer. I said it for you. Nah.
But hey, just pay attention. Now's the time to pay attention to your reality, what you're living through. And again, if everything's cool, then everything's cool, I guess. But if it's not, then it's
Ask some questions. You ask some questions.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. So, we'll see, man. We'll see. It's gonna be an interesting year. I'm still waiting for that big thing to pop off. Something's gonna fucking pop off. I'm waiting for it. We'll see. We'll see how it triggers people, how it manipulates people. But
and it's gonna be another poor soul dude that's gonna take all the blame, like that dude Chauvin. So, what? YouTube won't like that one. But,
we're not on YouTube. Ha ha ha.
We're not on YouTube.
Straight rumble.
Insert racist remark here and laugh after. Yeah.
Well, well, yeah, man. Well, we'll see what's up. We'll be here. I think, what do we say, Tuesdays? So we'll be here Tuesdays around, I don't know what time, 6 or 7, around this time. We'll be talking our shit. So follow, tune in, listen on podcast platforms, wherever, YouTube, I guess, if you don't want to come over here, but share the show, share, spread the word so we can grow.
Get your booster.
Get your booster, right? But most importantly, make sure you, when it comes down to it, make a decision and actually vote, because tired of idiots running this place.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, catch you all on the next one. Peace out. OfficialPatriotGear.com. Use promo code LFM 2024.